Alright, so in the previous lecture, we discussed how we can add some labels to our graph, okay? We added a title, we added an X label, we added a Y label, and our graph's looking pretty good now. So what I want to talk about today is the concept of reading off a file, okay? That file will have the coordinates that we require, and actually creating a graph from those coordinates. So here's a challenge for you. Go ahead and create a file with coordinates, and using the knowledge you have from file input output that we discussed, try doing that. So open up a file, or actually create a file, save that, and then in your Python, read through that file, split the X and the Y values, and then use those specific X and Y values in your pt.plot. So that's the challenge for you guys. If you can do that, that's fantastic. I'll pause the video right here. Alright, so if you manage to do that, that is amazing. If you don't, or if you haven't and you don't want to and just want to stick with me, that's absolutely fine. So first thing first, I'm going to go ahead and open up my text edit, and it's in my text edit where I'm going to create my points, okay? So this program is going to be quite simple actually, don't worry. Here is my text edit. Let me just open up a new document, okay? Here it is. And let me change my format to make plain text. So guys, if you're on a Windows, we discussed how to create a file. All you have to do is open up your notepad and open up, just open up notepad, write some text, any coordinates you want. The way you're gonna write them though is X, Y. So you're gonna do something like 3, 22. 5, 16, negative 2, 8, 10, 43, and let's do one more, 4, 17, okay? No, not 17. Let's do 4, 0, or 5, 0. I don't know, guys. So this is our 5 coordinates, 4, 0, 10, 43, minus 2, 8, 5, 16, 3, 22. And all we want to do now is read off this file, use the coordinates, and create our own graph from these 5 coordinates. So I'm going to save this as coordinates.txt, coordinates.txt in my documents. Okay, close this. All right, so let me open up my file. Where's here we go, matplotlib example. All those are fine. So the way this is going to work is we're going to be creating an X array and we're going to be creating a Y array. Okay? And we learned about how to open a file. So read file is equal to open coordinates.txt. Was it capital? I really don't know, but that's fine. And we're opening it just with R. Okay? And then we can just say data is equal to read file dot read, okay? And right now we'll just go ahead and print data. Okay, so something simple, and I'm gonna just get rid of this so we don't need the title, the plot, all that stuff. Let me just remove it. Okay, so save this, F5, and let's see the data that we get, or let's see if it even works. So, okay, we got 3, 22, 5, 16, minus 2, 8, 10, 43, and 4, 0. Pretty good. So the first thing we want to do now is we want to separate these out. And the way we can do that is by searching for this thing. So let's go back to our file. And over here, so we got our data. Our data looks good. What we want to do now is split the data. So just do this here, .read.split, and then we're splitting it by /n. And you guys probably know that the /n stands for new line. And by doing that, we have split each one of these coordinates individually. Or by individually, I mean we have separated each one of these pair of coordinates out. So we now get 3, 22, 5, 16, minus 2, 8, 10, 43, 4, 0 as 5 distinct objects in an array. The reason I use /n is because at the end of each of the coordinates is a /n saying to go to the next line. Okay, the slash n is at the end of every coordinate or pair of coordinates, so it doesn't really show up there, but we know that it's there. That's why it's going to the next line. So we now have our coordinates, okay? And the next thing we need to do is split each individual object by the comma, okay? So I agree we haven't talked about the split function yet, but basically all the split function does is it searches for the string or the object that you're passing in, and every time it finds an occurrence of the object, it will split it. So it'll take that occurrence out and then put it into an array. All right, so that's exactly what it's done over here. Now all we have to do is go inside each object of the array and split for the comma. So let's go ahead and open up the IDLE again, or my file. And what we're gonna do is, so for I in data, okay, we wanna say, Alright, so we have for I in data, and now what we have to do is basically split I and store each one of those individual values in X and Y. So I'm going to say val is equal to I dot split for the comma, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, not the square brackets with the circular brackets, normal brackets. And then what we want to do is say X dot append, and we're appending the first value of val, so val 0. And then we're going to say y dot append the first or second value of val, okay? So val 1. So save this, and now let's go ahead and just print out x and print out y. So save this, F5, let's take a look. And we get 3, 5, minus 2, 10, 4, 22, 16, 8, 43, 0. So, pretty cool, right? Going back to our code, let's see what just happened. If in case you're a bit confused, all we did is we have appended each value of the, so we had data, okay, data had all our different coordinates, and we split the data based on the comma. We got each of these individual numbers, and then we knew the first number was X, the second number was Y, so we split it just like that. Alright, so one more thing actually over here is we have to convert the string into an integer. So go ahead and say x dot append and then convert that into an int, okay? And same thing with y dot append. So y dot append int and then val 1. Taking a look over here, let me make sure everything is good. So we don't need this extra array. That's the problem that we were running into over here. That's why we're getting this extra array over here. So we have, it looks pretty good. So x dot append int val 0 and y dot append int val 1. And by doing that, basically all we're saying is, hey, append all the x values to our x array and all the y values to our y array. Just to make sure one last time, let's go ahead and print out x and print out y. Save that, F5. What do we get? We get 3, 5, minus 2, 10, 4. Looks like it's all good. So it's all integers, it's all in the proper array. So last but not least, we have to add this to our plot function. Okay, we're almost done. So let's go ahead and do that. We basically have to say plt, I believe that's how we saved it, yes? Yes, plt.plot, whoops, x and y. So plt.plot x comma y. Alright, and that's basically the x coordinates and the y coordinates. And then plt.save or plt.show. Command S, F5, and we get, wow. Guys, this is the true definition of a graph. Wow. I think we might have messed up. Let's take a look. So minus 2, comma 8, 3, what is it? 22. That's correct. 4. We had 4, comma 0. That's also correct. And then we had 10, comma 43. That's good. And then we had 5, comma 16. So it is a bit different, I guess that's what you say. It's a little odd looking. I guess it got confused on how to join the lines. But this is our graph. Awesome job. In this lecture, we basically learned how to read off a file, how to split the terms, and how to create a graph based on data. Awesome job, guys, and I'll see you in the next lecture.